welcome back to MACS VEDA. In this session, let us discuss some applications of trigonometry. Let us start with introduction. You know what is this mountain? It is Mount Everest. What is its height? How can we measure it? It is impossible to measure it with the help of a measuring tape, right? Now consider a small river. What is its width? It is difficult and impractical to measure it with the help of a measuring tape. Now this is Eiffel Tower. What is its height? How can we measure it? It is impossible to measure it with the help of a measuring tape. So the height of Mount Everest or width of a river or height of Eiffel Tower, such heights and distances can be found by applying trigonometry. We need to learn few important terms. The first one is line of sight. The second one is horizontal line. Third one is angle of elevation. And fourth one is angle of depression. Hi, I am going to explain you all the important terms, that is line of sight, horizontal line, angle of elevation and angle of depression. What is this line of sight? Now I am observing the cow. So boy is observer and the cow is object. So this imaginary line is connecting the eye of the observer, that is boy, and the object, that is cow. And this line is called line of sight. That is the imaginary line which connects the eye of the observer to the object is called line of sight. Let us see few more examples. Now I am observing the door of the tree house. So the boy is observer and the object is the door of the house. Now this is line of sight. Now I am observing the beautiful flower. So boy is observer and flower is object. So this imaginary line which connects the eye of the observer with the object is called line of sight. Now I want that apple. So draw the imaginary line connecting the eye of the observer with the object, and that is line of sight. So line of sight is an imaginary line which connects the eye of the observer with the object. So we can have different line of sights depending on what observer is observing or seeing. Now the second term we try to understand, that is angle of elevation. Now this particular line passes through the eye of the observer and it is parallel to the ground. And this line is called horizontal line. So I repeat, the line that passes through the eye of the observer and is parallel to the ground is called horizontal line. Now I am observing the tree. Maybe the top of the tree he is observing. So this line which connects the eye of the observer to the object is called line of sight. Now the line of sight is making an angle with horizontal line, right? Yes. And this particular angle is called angle of elevation. Let us denote it by theta. So what is angle of elevation? It is the angle between the horizontal line and line of sight. If the line of sight is above the horizontal line. Remember, angle of elevation is formed when the object is above the horizontal line. Angle of depression. You know horizontal line. So it is a line from eye of the observer and parallel to the ground. Now the observer is observing the flower on the ground. So this is your line of sight. Now this line of sight is making an angle with horizontal line. Yes, this angle is called angle of depression. Let us denote it by some theta. Remember, the angle of depression is formed when the object is below the horizontal line. Let us revise all the four terms. What is this line? It is horizontal line. Now I am observing the eagle in the sky. So what is this line? This is line of sight. Now the angle made by the line of sight with horizontal line, if the line of sight is above the horizontal line, is called angle of elevation. Now I am observing the flower on the ground. So this is line of sight. So the angle made by the line of sight with horizontal line, if the line of sight is below the horizontal line, is called angle of depression. Points to be remembered while drawing the figures to solve the problems. First one, all the heights of objects such as towers, trees, buildings, etc. shall be considered as a line segment perpendicular to the ground. Heights of towers, they are considered as line segment perpendicular to the ground. Heights of trees, considered as line segment perpendicular to the ground. Heights of buildings are also considered as line segment perpendicular to the ground. Second point, the height of the observer is neglected if it is not given in the problem. So the observer is considered as a single point. If observer height is not given, so we consider observer as a single point. Please note these two important points.